What are the different types of conveyancing costs? Conveyancing costs are basically the different transaction fees associated with the buying and selling of properties. These costs can vary depending upon the location of the transaction and the type of property or legal title that is being transferred. In general, though, conveyancing costs include arrangement fees, assessment fees, legal costs, and administrative costs. Arrangement fees include fees typically charged by a firm or company to set up and complete the transaction. In some cases, this might be a fee paid to a conveyancing company to manage the transaction, while in other instances, it could be a fee paid to a lending institution or bank. For example, if an individual is buying a home and securing a mortgage, the mortgage company might charge a fee to reserve and administrate the funds. In that instance, these fees are sometimes referred to as lender's fees. If the arrangement fees are paid in advance, they are often classified as booking fees. If a conveyance involves the transfer of property, such as land or a house, the conveyancing costs usually include certain assessment fees. These fees include the costs of obtaining a property appraisal, survey, and inspections. Depending upon the type of property and the specific rules and regulations of the area where the conveyance occurs, different types of inspections or surveys may be required. For instance, if an individual is purchasing a home in the state of Florida, a termite inspection might be required, but if a person is buying a home in Maine, it might not. As a result of the different jurisdictional requirements, assessment fees often vary. Legal fees are often part of conveyancing costs. These fees can also vary widely, depending upon location and type of transaction. In general, they cover various legal aspects of the transaction, such as property searches, notary fees, document reviews, and filing or registration costs. For instance, if the conveyance involves the sale of a house, a title search must be performed, and the new deed must be recorded. These processes cost money, and those costs would be included in the conveyancing costs. Finally, administrative costs are often included in conveyancing fees. These fees include miscellaneous and incidental expenses, such as mailing costs, copy costs, and any out-of-pocket disbursements. Sometimes, these costs are included in the arrangement or lender's fees. Many times, though, they are included as separate expenses and will vary largely depending upon the type of transaction. When administrative costs are included in the costs of conveyancing, individuals involved in the transaction should be provided with a clear statement of those costs to ensure that particular fees have not been included elsewhere.